Well, it's just 10 days to election 2024, and as your election headquarters, we're committed to ensuring a peaceful and informed electoral process. That is why we're hosting a mock voting exercise to boost electoral confidence of first-time voters ahead of the December 7 polls. The Electoral Commission, alongside with other stakeholders, they will be present to address any issues that may arise. The aim is to ensure that potential errors are identified and rectified, equipping young voters to avoid similar mistakes on December 7. Well, let's cross over live to University of Ghana, Legon. My colleague Lois Shola-Adeyemi is on the ground. Lois, walk us through what exactly we should expect today.
Good morning, and you are welcome to a very special episode of Just Turned 18. My name is Lois Shola-Adeyemi again, and we are live right here at the University of Ghana, specifically the Political of Science, department. Now, today we are here for the mock, mock exercise. We are going through the election process with first-time voters because, over the course of 6 months, we've gone across the country asking the first-time voters the pertinent issues that will influence their decision in the voting booth. Now, today we're going to be seeing these first-time voters in action. They're going to go through the whole electoral process, and we have reps from the Electoral Commission here, and the contestants or the people going to be participating in these election are also here. And without wasting my time, let's speak to our rep from the Electoral Commission. Please join me, ma'am. All right. Now, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Now, we are going to be doing the voting simulation process very soon. And I want to find out, what are your expectations, especially for these first-time voters?
And thank you very much. Today, as you rightly said, we're going to have a simulation of how the 7th December poll is going to be like. And we are targeting the first-time voters. And what we are expecting of them is how they'll be able to cast their ballots peacefully, effectively, without making any mistakes, which I mean no rejected ballots. We don't want to find any rejected ballots, especially coming from our first-time voters. And again, we are going to explain to them after the simulation exercise how the entire voting process is. They will get to know how the voting process is when they enter the the polling stations, their expectations and what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do. And after the polls, how we do our counting. They're going to learn how we will count our ballots and how we're going to announce the results for the various candidates at the polling stations. I said how we're going to announce the results for the various candidates at the polling stations.
So this is the full process.
Precisely. It's the full process. Very, very brief, but then they'll get everything they are supposed to know and what they are supposed to do and expect on election day.
All right, thank you. So it is already estimated that over 700,000 first-time voters are going to be participating in the elections. And we are using this initiative to make sure that when they get to the polls, they make the right choice and they exercise their franchise in the right way. Because at the end of the day, their voices matter. And when they get to the place and they make mistakes, it takes that away from them. It's stolen away from them. So this simulation process is to help make this a very easy process for them. Thank you for speaking to me. But we also have the Dean for the Political Science Association or Political Science Students Association here with me. Now I have with me Mrs. Rosina Foley, and she's going to tell us how the Political Science Department has, in their own way, prepared the contestants. Why do I keep saying contestants? But prepared the people or our first-time voters to, participate in the elections. Now, Mrs. Foley, good morning.
Good morning. So, and I'm the patron.
The patron, yes.
The patron of the Political Science Student Association, and he's also one of the patrons of the Political
All right.
Science.
Now, we are here. You see these students all the time. I mean, it's Political Science department, so obviously they are always run through the elections and how they're supposed to, or the right way to do it. Now, I wanted to find out how we as patrons and you who is always on ground with them, how have we prepared them, or how prepared are they for the elections?
So one of the ways I think will be this simulation exercise that we are having But for each of our classes, we have been telling them the importance of their civic duty to society, to the country, to go out to vote. And the other thing we stress is the need for participation. So participatory decision-making is one of the core tenets of every democracy. And the way we do that is through the election. So the voting is a decision-making process. And so to be able to have your voice heard is one of the things. And we stress it a lot in our classes.
So are you confident that these first-time voters will go to the booth and they would make the right decision and also, make the right choice in there?
Yes, I think I'm very confident that they will do that. Yes.
Right. All right. So you heard it. They are 100% ready because the teachers, the lecturers have made sure that they are always learning and they're going to, probably prove you guys right in there. But also we have our first-time voters themselves. Thank you so much for speaking to me. I told you over the course of 6 months, we've gone across the country teaching and listening to these first-time voters tell us the pertinent issues that will influence their decision to vote. Now, I have with me first-time voters and I'm going to find out from them how ready they are and also what are some of the issues they'll look at to say, okay, I will vote for party A or party B. Hi dear, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, now the December 7 polls, we've preached it since the beginning of the year and it's just a few days away. Now, what are your expectations as a first-time voter?
Well, actually looking at the two parties involved and actually as a political scientist I am not into any partisan politics. So actually I look at the policies, then I conclude as a first-time voter. So looking at the policies right now, I've been able to conclude. I cannot come out here and then voice out whoever I'm going to vote to the public. So whatever I have is in my mind. And at the day of the voting, we are going to know whoever we are going to vote for because the policies are what matters. So this is what I say to the youth, that they should look at the policies that will help our country. It is not about what people come out to say and all that, which will influence them. As a first-time voter, you are supposed to look at some of the policies that are involved, some of the things that will help the students, will help the country as a whole. Not about what people say that this is that, and you conclude as a first-time voter. You look at the policies and all that. So this is what I say to political science students. Political science students, we have learned a lot of things which you are supposed to be able to generalize everything when it comes to politics. So you look at the policies, you'll be able to analyze them, then you vote as a political science student.
All right. So he has spoken about policies. Let me come to you, my dear. Now, what are the pertinent issues? He's spoken that he will use policies as basis for his vote or who he decides to vote for. But you, what are the pertinent issues you are looking at to say, okay, I will vote?
I personally am voting because it is my civic responsibility as a citizen. And as a first-timer, I would also like to set an example for younger people to also vote.
All right. Now, you heard me say, my dear, that over 700,000 first-time voters will be participating in the election. And these are first-time voters, mind you. Now, there are some of them that may think or say they do not want to exercise their franchise for the first time. You, who is a first-time voter, and you know how important your voice is, especially when it comes to the elections and putting someone in power, what are you telling them? Please give him your microphone. All right.
Actually, I'll tell them that if you don't vote, someone will decide for you. So someone cannot decide for you. So you need to go out and vote because you need to follow policies, not what people are saying. That's what I will say.
All right. Now, let me speak to you. What are some of the things you've heard from, the political parties, especially the two main ones and the other political parties that will say, okay, I want to vote for party A or party B. You don't necessarily have to mention the party. Please pass the microphone to him. Let's go.
Please, I've heard of the 24-hour economy.
Okay.
And I've also heard of the free education and how the NDC wants to continue it and improve upon it.
Okay.
And the MPP too, they want to continue.
Okay. So these things are exciting you and gingering you to vote.
Exciting me. Yes.
But
right. I will be excited if they extend the free SHS to the tertiary institutions.
All right.
Yes, thank
okay.
you.
And now also let me end with you. What have you heard just like him, what have you heard that is gendering you so much to want to, participate in the elections?
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. I've heard about the digitalization of one of the political parties standing, and it's saying that everywhere will be digitalized. You can have your phone and do a lot of research on it. Like a student, if you want to take the student loan fund trust, you can use your Ghana card to access it, which is also a nice policy. I've also heard about the free SHS that they are talking about, and also that if they come into power, they are going to extend it to the tertiary level, and it will help all students to engage in it. Thank you.
All right. So this is how excited our first-time voters are, to participate in the election. But also, let's give some peace messages out to our first-time voters who are going to be participating in the elections. What are you telling our first-time voters? What are the peace messages you're sending to, in fact, the whole Ghana that is going to be participating in the elections?
I'm speaking to the whole Ghana and to the youth that as this December 7th election is coming, we should instill peace in everyone. We should be there so that our ballot papers can be counted. We shouldn't engage ourselves in any chaos or fight. And also we should avoid conflict that will come among us. That's the peace message I'm sending to everyone.
All right. So let me ask her. Now, you're going to be participating in the voting assimilation process. Also, what do you want to see? What are you expecting to see? And are you excited to be doing this?
Yeah, I'm really excited to be voting. And I'm hoping that the political party that is going to help us with our needs will win this election.
All right. So you heard them. They're all excited. Our first-time voters are very excited to be participating, and this mock run is going to help them do it the right way. Well, we're just about to start, and we're hoping that anybody who is around or any first-time voter who is around should make their way to the Political Science Department right here at the University of Ghana. This conversation is in partnership with Huge Bridge Foundation and the Political Science Student Association as well, right here at the University of Ghana. Remember that we start very soon, but for now, my name is Loisha Ladimi. These are our first-time voters, and they are ready for the assimilation process.
Thank you, Lois, for bringing us that. So you heard, Lois, if you're around the University of Ghana, Legon, make your way there to the political department and just get your hands on our mock voting exercise so that you get an idea of how the process would be like. And then we have rep from the Electoral Commission there to teach you if you had made any mistake. The key purpose of this mock voting exercise for first-time voters is to ensure that ahead of the polls we reduce the number of spoiled ballots and also ensure that their voice is heard and their franchise recorded.